you, man. And I'm thrilled to be back in CPAC with the thousands of proud American patriots who love our country, respect our flag, protect our Constitution, and always put America first. We had a great night yesterday in South Carolina. That was incredible. We filled up a stadium like you haven't seen the stadium. It was packed with thousands of people outside. And I saw the competitors, our competitors that have like 2 people on the stage. It's incredible what's going on. This is a movement like, honestly, like nobody's ever seen before. We say that. And you know, if it wasn't so, the fake news media would be all over us. If it wasn't so, he exaggerated. I say it all the time, they never change. And every once in a while you see somebody who did well, let's say well, in New Hampshire, or did well, not even win it, in Iowa. And the whole life of that person is made. Because we won the election. Sit down, everybody, here, watch it. We won the election. And I came here and I got to know Matt and Mercedes early on, and I made a speech before I thought about doing this. I said, would you speak? I was very famous then. I guess more famous now. But I was very famous, and I made a speech, and they liked the speech. They said, you ought to run for president. I said, no, thanks. You remember that? You ought to run for president. We had a big crowd. And it was, The Apprentice was doing so well. It was
Just have him hold it for a second.
show. And I said, you ought to run for president. I said, let me give it a little thought. And a couple of years later, we said, let's do it. And then they said, I'll never forget one of the people, respected guy, Charles Krauthammer. He said on, this isn't so good. He said on Fox, she said, now why would he do this? You have 17 of the most talented professionals ever assembled that are running. Why would he run? He's not going to run, and because he's only doing it for fun. You think this has been fun? Does anybody think? Mercedes, you think this has been fun? I don't think you know. This has been just a ball. We've had a ball. You know what? You know what? We're doing so well and we're doing so much. No administration has ever done what we've done in the first 3 years. Supreme Court judges, 218 judges, up to 218, including DC. But together we're defeating the radical socialist Democrats, the fake news media, the crooked politicians, and the hate-filled left-wing mob. And I told you I was going to be nice today. See? I said, let's be nice today. It's hard to be nice when they treat you so badly, right? Only a fool is nice when they treat you so badly. We're defending our faith, our values, our heritage, our borders, our rights, and our God-given freedoms. We're doing that. This is an incredible, look at all those people back there. This place has grown. To block out half the arena for this group of people. I'm trying to figure out who are they. At first I thought they were the fake news. I said, it's too bad they have such a good location. I don't know who you are, but you're very important. Very important people. We're exposing the corruption of the Washington Democrats, and we're draining the Washington swamp. It would be. I didn't know how deep it would be. When I said drain the swamp, for a long time, you know, I was given that expression. The speechwriter gave it to me. He said, drain the swamp. I said, that's so hokey. I said, that's the worst. I don't want to use it. Anyway, it ends up in one of the speeches. I said, we will drain the swamp. Right? The place went crazy. I said, let's try it again. And we did it again, and the place went crazy. Now, here's the bad part. I never knew the swamp was so bad. It's really bad. But we're winning, and we're winning. A lot of dirty people, a lot of very bad people, a lot of bad people, and I think justice will be had. I do believe that, or I wouldn't be very happy right now. We got through everything we've got through. They gave us the Mueller hoax. They gave us the Russia crap. They gave us the one phone call that was a perfect phone call. Oh, let's get him out of office for that phone call. But you know, the Republicans stuck together, except Romney, of course. Hold on. Except Romney, they stuck together. And even him, I got half a vote, so yeah. See, I think because he did actually vote one part. He couldn't do it all, because he wanted to get some nice free publicity for himself. But it was 52 and a half out of 53. I guess you could say that, right? 52 and a half, right? So think of it, the Republicans were fantastic. I tell you what, that's when you find out who your friends are. It is, and we had 52 and a half votes. And in the House, we had 107, think of it, 107 to nothing. With the Republicans, 107 to nothing, and we got 3 Democrats, and one came over and left the Democrat Party. And really, together, we're preserving this exceptional nation that our ancestors fought and died to build. We are making America greater than ever before. We really are. I think it's going to be greater than ever before with what we're doing with our military. And what we're doing also to get rid of very bad people. We have such bad people, and they're not people that love our country. We're getting people that really love our country, and it's so important. And if I wasn't able to fulfill that, no matter what other things we've done, I would not consider this journey to be a success. So just remember that. One of my most important promises to the American people was to end America's long-running wars in the Middle East. American forces, and we're all warriors, folks, but 19 years, I see the people, I go over and I say hello to those incredible soldiers over at Walter Reed. What talent you have at Walter Reed. Those doctors, by the way, they have to be the best in the world. And I see the arms and the legs missing, and I see what's happened to some of these incredible, beautiful people. And I see the strength, the spirit that they have. Most of them, I mean, even if they can't walk, they've lost both legs, they want to go back. Sir, we want to go back. I want to go back. And it's just incredible to see it. And I'm going to mention it a little bit later, but you know, we knocked out Soleimani. Soleimani was they call him the father of the roadside bomb. He thought it was great, a great bomb. And you know, he thought it was great. He kept getting bigger and more sophisticated. One young man, he said, it's my last day in Afghanistan. And they had the mine detectors. And he said, I trusted this man with my life. He was the best. I've never seen anything like it. He could detect those. We felt so safe. But unfortunately, his last day, they made him out of plastic so you couldn't detect him. And went off, killed the man who was the detector. And badly injured a lot of people. And he was one of them. And he said, think of it, sir. I said, why did it go off? He said, because they made it out of plastic. And the plastic doesn't get detected by the metal detector. And that was the last day, and he lost his legs. But we took that son of a bitch out, didn't we? And al-Baghdadi, he's the father of ISIS, and we defeated ISIS in the Middle East. We have defeated 100% of the caliphate. But we said, you know, take these over. We killed many, many terrorists. When I took over, by the way, it was a mess. There was so much, I hate to say this, Republicans, but they had maps and it was all red. Red meant ISIS. I hate to say it. I said, let's change the color. I actually did change the color. I showed you maps. And large portions of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, and we don't want them ever to come here. And I had some great people and have some incredible generals. And I had a decision to make because that was just not, they were not doing it right. And we made the decision and we took them out. Remember, I got to 98%, and I said, all right, now I can bring our people back home. Sir, and then what happened is the press, I didn't care. But they went crazy. He didn't complete the job. I was at 98%. They said he didn't complete the job. I said, General, complete the job. And they completed the job. But the Europeans should be helping us. Because many of those people that we're guarding now, thousands and thousands of ISIS fighters and others, and many of those people will go home to France and Germany and UK and others, and we say, take them. No, 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 we don't want them. See, this is it. We do things for other people and then they forget our allies. Sometimes our allies treat us worse than our enemies. I hate to say this. Sometimes they do. Very sad. Did them a big favor, but that's all right. It's all working out very well. We took out al-Baghdadi, who everybody was after. That was, you'd see him all the time speaking with a fan. That was an old picture. He was young, he got older. But they were looking for him for 16 years. And one of the first things I said when I came in is, you gotta find this guy, al-Baghdadi. Yes, sir. All of a sudden they walk in. I said, we have him, sir. We're following him all over the Middle East. He'd move from place to place to place. We're following him, sir. And then they said, sir, we have him. And I had to give an order, and I gave an order. And I'll tell you what, 66, the most incredible soldiers you've ever seen. They went in on 8 helicopters. And you know, in modern day warfare, you can watch. I mean, I'm watching it. I'm watching it from the Situation Room. You believe it? It was like, you can't make a movie like this. For instance, there's no dog like Conan. No dog. Yeah! No dog like Conan, right? That Conan, after the operation, was a tremendous success. I mean, they were looking for him for a long time. And it was a lot of violent fighting, and then ultimately we got him. He was in a tunnel, at the end of a tunnel, and Conan was going after him. Conan almost was electrocuted, you know that story, but the guys went after him. And we got him. But you wouldn't believe how great it felt. And when you saw the professionalism of these soldiers, I can't even tell you. There's nobody has a military like we have. There's nobody with the talent. They got him, he knew it. As soon as he heard that first little explosion that took him about 3 seconds, that blew the hell out of the wall, I said, why don't they go through the front door? He said, sir, you go through the front door, you got a lot of bullets coming at you. They went through a solid concrete wall. They put stuff up. Boom. So now they're shooting the other guys from behind. That's much better, right? You don't have a movie like that. And Conan was given more press than your president. It was like about a half a day story. Somebody else would have done it, it would have been the greatest thing ever happened. But that's all right, I do it for a different reason. I do it because we have to keep ourselves safe. I do it also for all of the people that they killed. But American forces cannot be the policemen for the entire world. We're all over the world. And a lot of times we're not even appreciated. It's taken for granted. We can't be the policemen for the world. And the democracy builders, we just can't do that for every nation that seems to have difficulty. Especially for those nations that don't appreciate what we do. And there are many of them, many of them. And that goes with trade also. We've changed the whole thing around. Their job is to be secure, and my job is to make sure that we're secure and to defend our country first, our country. Today, the United States. the years they've been trying to do this, and today the United States signed a deal with the Taliban so that we can hopefully begin the immediate process of finally bringing our troops back home. 19 years. Thank you. And as you know, others wanted to do it. We got it done. Just signed it. And I want to thank a lot of people. We really have to thank. You know, we have to thank the families and those incredible people that lost their lives to start off with. Those incredible families. I've gotten to know so many of families. And we have to thank our wounded warriors that came home missing limbs and serious service. Our great wounded warriors. We're taking good care of them. And I want to just thank our military because, you know, we've been really a police force there for the last long time. And, we're not supposed to be a police force. We're supposed to be fighting soldiers. And we could win that war very easily if we wanted to kill 1 million people that have nothing to do with it, that don't know anything about us. And it's really a great feeling. I watched the ceremony today early in the morning on our television. And Mike Pompeo, Secretary of Defense, Esper did a great job. So Pompeo and Esper were actually in different locations, signing with different groups. Pretty complicated deal, I have to be honest. But in exchange for the Taliban's action against Al-Qaeda and other terrorists who could threaten us, we're prepared to begin those force withdrawals. And if the Taliban and the Afghan government live up to their commitments, and they may or they may not, but I think we have a lot of reasons why they will. I think they will. That means that the longest war in American history by far, it's not even close, will be over. And again, the agreement was made possible by the extraordinary bravery of our American warriors, the sacrifice of these incredible people and their allies. And I want to also thank, I will say this, NATO came in and Secretary General Stoltenberg of NATO, you know, we had essentially 28 countries participating in this, and they're very happy to be out. They're very happy to be, soon to be doing other things. And I'll say this for the Taliban, they're great fighters, you know that, obviously they're great fighters. All you have to do is ask the Soviet Union, are they great fighters? But they're tired also. This is 19 years. So I'm very happy to announce that to this group in particular. It's just sort of, I should say we scheduled it for our CPAC The CPAC is one better place. But we salute those who gave their lives, and we salute all of those incredible people. And after years of rebuilding foreign nations, we are finally rebuilding our nation. I remember recently when I took the soldiers out of Syria, and everyone said, well, we have to protect the border between Turkey and Syria. I said, why? Why? What does it have to do with us? They've been fighting for 1,000 years. What does it have to do with us? Why are we protecting the border? You can't do that. I did it. To save some. And I did leave a number of soldiers because we kept the oil. There's oil there. We kept the oil. It was okay. So they say, he left soldiers there. No, I left soldiers to keep the oil. They don't want to say that. Right? They say, he kept soldiers there. He didn't tell the truth. These people are the worst. It'd be so much easier for our country if we had a press that told the truth.